Hi again. This is the follow-up video about my workshop in France, in which I'll only show you the things that are new since the last video, which I took about 9 days ago. So the changes that I've made over the last few days while I've been here, I'll feature in this video. But first, I think I should probably show you give you a sense of the structure of the building, which I didn't really go into before. This really is the concrete block work built extension to what used to be an old house. The house is kind of in ruins now. That's on the other side of that stone wall. So you see the old stone wall. It's rather beautiful, even though it's been patched up and rendered here and there in bits with cement and so on. But it's a lovely old stone wall. Maybe in the future I'll cover it in lime, but because it's just built with earth and stone. But meanwhile, it's fine. So I don't know if I will do any more with it or just leave it. The trouble is, crumbly bits sometimes fall off it. Bits of earth and so on sometimes fall off it, and that's not great for machine tools, but it's not a huge problem. And then there's these two oak trusses, which go right across the building like that. And there are fluorescent lights attached to these, and they're used to support wood, as I showed you in the last video. So basically you've got the 3 walls of block work, and then the stone wall at the back, and the whole roof slopes down. The roof itself used to be asbestos, but it was caving in. So we replaced it. Obviously, you're not allowed to use asbestos now, so we used this stuff called fibrociment in France, fibrocement, which was great, except that we put it up thinking it would perform like asbestos and discovered that it wasn't waterproof. Water seeped through it and leaked in. So we had to treat it with some very expensive coatings, but now it's hopefully okay. It certainly seems to be. And there's these 2 panels of clear, I can't remember what you call it, but it's like corrugated in the same way that the roof is, but it's made of some kind of clear plastic, polycarbonate, that might be the word. And you can see leaves from the neighbour's tree that's lying there in the grooves. It's autumn here. Okay, what else have I done that's new? Part of the main reason that I've been over this time is to work in the house. So I had to gut the living room because we're going to redo the whole room with a new floor and all the rest of it. So I took all the storage out, which is now in here in the workshop where it's got its permanent home. It's all fixed quite securely to the walls, and it goes around the corner. It's a kind of decent version of that kind of IKEA type wooden shelving units that you can buy. It's one of the stronger and sturdier examples of its genre. And as you can see, it's already starting to fill up with all kinds of bits and pieces. And as we all know, there is never any end to the organising that you can do with storage, but at least a start has been made. And then part of the work that we've done here is to take off the door of the house. So you can see the old door there, it's rather lovely. But that was the front door of the house. We're changing the whole configuration of the building, so this is going to be an internal door now, but it's in the workshop here so that I can change the glass, strip the paint off it and give it some TLC so that it can be used as an internal door. Now, like a lot of French doors, it's wide, so a special doorway will have to be made for this door, but I think it's worth it because it's a very nice door. It's going to be the bedroom door in the house, or one of the bedroom doors. And now, some new acquisitions that I made since I've been over here. Very pleased with these. We have a vintage flat belt drill press, which came in its own bench with other bits and pieces, and a blacksmith's leg vise, which I also picked up here. I presume these are all French. They were certainly bought here in France, and they're pretty old. And I've bolted the blacksmith's leg vise to the drill press table because the table is the right height, more or less, whereas my workbench is too high for it. But The blacksmith's vise is very nice. It's pretty solid, as you can see. That's the whole idea. And going down here, I've attached this little steel plate with a hole drilled in it, 20mm hole in the floor, so that the vise can rotate. Because if you undo these screws here, then the whole head of the vise can rotate, and so it needs to pivot nicely on the floor. So that seems to work pretty well. As for the drill press, I'll make that the subject of a separate short video. Thanks for watching. Over and out.